to another lovely episode of Rogue Trader. Today we are going to go about a month in the past. As we all know, a deep void run can only be supported on raptions and corpse starch for so long before hunting, water gathering, and other things need to be done in real space. About halfway through the journey to the Rifts of Hecaton, Clovis and the rest of his entourage decided it would be a good idea to restock before getting completely out of Imperium territory at a small system, which is where we find our explorers today. On slide 3, you can see a map of the system in the Coronis Expanse. This is Randalis Beta, home to 2 planets, Grusu Alpha, a cataloged death world by an explorator fleet, and Barrett 5, well known for being lush and full of prey animals, good fruits and vegetables, and other things that the Rogue Traders Dynasty will be able to stock up on before returning to the warp. Currently, our party is circling around Barrett 5. Everyone is on the bridge doing scans, or is in making sure the orbit is, kept low enough where the scanners and augurs can get a good feel of the planet, potentially where to land to set up a hunting encampment. Matthias is helping Clovis with a whole bunch of paperwork, and Gradius is currently working the augurs. Gradius, I would like you to make me either a tech use test or let me pull up my list of skills. Give me just 1 second. I have it on this, have it on here. Awareness. Tech use or awareness, one of the two.
Alright, I'm checking both of them. I'm going to use tech use, and I believe I have the tool that gives me a +10 to tech use.
Yeah, check that. And then let me check what your ship's auger arrays are, because you will get additional bonuses from that.
Alrighty.
Ship information. Add an additional +5 to whatever you have.
Okay, so I just need to roll below a 68.
Yes.
27.
Alright. Everybody, please go to slide 4. Here we have one of my lovely pixelated planet gifts. As you scan the planet, there is some explorator fleet data that has already cataloged this planet. However, as you're scanning it, you see exactly what was already discovered before. It's a lush planet, lots of water, covered in forests and open plains. You're detecting a lot of life signs on pretty much every part of the ocean, every part of the land. You should be able to find all the provisions, all the water you're looking for. However, as you're scanning, you do sense one, I guess I would call it anomaly, not on the planet, but around your ship. You see a little red dot beeping off the starboard side of your frigate. But as you look out, basically, from the bridge, yeah, there's nothing there.
Uh-oh.
But your augurs sure think there's something there.
Yike. Okay. So before I continue what to do next, where is our Lord Captain at this time?
Your Lord Captain currently, is in his quarters. You know he's probably asleep. He just basically finished getting out of, he'd gotten everyone out of the warp safely, made sure nothing happened to the crew, and is now taking his effectively mandated break.
Didn't Clovis get, beat up one session?
Yes, he did. He got beat up, in that, in the session in the warp, which is why I say he's taking his mandated break.
So
the one time he basically, when there were no immediate threats for an hour or two after exiting the warp, he basically trusted his entourage to go and handle whatever came up while he was effectively finally getting a good night of sleep for the first time in 3 days.
Okay, so I will report this to the Seneschal.
Yes. Who he effectively left in charge.
I should not be trusted to be left in charge. I don't have enough caffeine in my system for this. That's okay.
Don't worry, I'll just, as I'm walking toward you, in your direction, I would also be holding a, pitcher of recaf. Seneschal. Unit Seneschal.
Matthews kind of turns and looks at you and he goes, "You can just call me by my name. Thank you."
Formal request denied.
Right.
Something
Is
has been
there
detected.
He kind of he's not wearing his mask at the moment, so he kind of like quirks an eyebrow and he goes, "Could we get some further explanation, please?"
I
Just
elaborate there,
something.
sir. I take out a data slate and I point it out to Matthias of like the anomalies that were detected upon this unit scans.
Matthias,
Ever
you see that the planet matches up with all the descriptions, and that there is a strange, anomalous structure that the auger arrays are supposedly reporting is on your starboard side, roughly a couple of void units away. However, you look outside the void window, the glass. There's nothing there.
Would I know about anything that could like, I don't know, do this as from my past as a Xenos hunter, perchance?
Roll me lore Xenos -10.
-10? Okay. Okay. What's my intelligence? That makes sense. Oh yeah, he does not know. That's a 96.
Matthias, you're kind of looking at it. It reeks of either Xenos or Chaos. However, you don't know what the hell it is.
Well, whatever this, he like gestures with his metal finger to the dot on the data slate, is not from the Imperium of Man. We'll have to be wary.
understood. Shall Lord Captain be informed?
I feel like until it becomes truly a problem, I feel like we should let him rest. He was not looking too good yesterday during our meetings.
According to
No offense,
Medicaid
my captain.
treatment, he is in for prolonged physical therapies.
Yes, that is correct. He needs his rest.
Would I be able to tell that Matthias doesn't know what he's looking at?
It's a
On the
dot on
data
a
slate?
screen.
Matthias definitely knows what the dot is. However, you can tell from the way he answered the question, "Do you know what it is?" His logic is sound according to everything you know. However, he's probably just spitballing a little bit there, and that he probably is racking his brain to try and think of exactly what this is, but he's drawing a blank.
Shall this unit prepare the Skitari voids, voidsmen? Void units?
Matthews is like trying to think about whether or not we should wait to do something, and he kind of just goes, wait a little bit longer, but have them be prepared.
Understood.
Just in case.
Social protocols deactivated.
Fantastic.
All right.
Matthews says no one normal to talk to. It's either the Xenos who he does not like, or the Skitari who does not know how to speak. And so he's kind of just like, Oh, you want me, the Xenos hunter, to talk to you? You want me to talk to you? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to continue to bully you? The Lord Captain is not here to protect you.
Oh, I'm well aware.
However, Urizen is at this point a sanctioned Xenos.
That is correct. However, Matthew still doesn't like him.
I am legal.
Sure you are. I'm sure
Really?
you are. Aren't those papers forged? Wasn't that established?
No.
Know that.
They used to be forged, but Clovis
Oh.
got him, like, actual ones.
Damn.
On football.
Damn. No more evidence for me to murder Izers and... Boo. Alright. Yeah, Matthews is kind of just like, he's not gonna sit in the throne chair thing that's usually like Clovis's. He always stands beside it, and he's gonna keep doing it as he kind of like, he's like tapping like his metal finger against his metal arm as he's like looking off at the planet, kind of just like thinking about like, I don't know what the fuck that dot is. He's kind of just like, I don't know, man.
Alrighty.
Some shit we don't like.
Matthias, as you're kind of sitting there and racking your brain for about the next half an hour while scans etc. continue, please roll me Lord Xenos -10 once again.
Okay.
While Matthias is thinking very hard.
He's thinking very hard. That is a 2. That succeeds.
Matthias, you're kind of looking out into the vastness of space. You're kind of listing off Xenos ships. You didn't really encounter too many void-faring Xenos. You mostly hunted planet-side. However, you're kind of thinking to yourself, Eldar! It just pops in your brain like a light bulb. Eldar! They use cloaking devices on all of their ships. Likely, if they haven't already attacked you, they're not going to be a threat. The fact that they're staying cloaked pretty much means they're likely trying to just pass through this area unseen.
Matthews is he like, you see like an actual literal light bulb appear above his head, like not actually, but like, you know, for the bit, and he just goes, and he like immediately like swivels around and he goes, Skitari.
Skitari Alpha. Is this unit's
Skitari
designation?
Alpha.
Yes. Or Alpha. Was it Alpha Skitari or Skitari Alpha alone?
Skitari Alpha.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Skitari Alpha.
I think if I remember, Clovis does not refer to Gradius as Skitari Alpha, instead just Skitari. So Matthias, he like corrects himself and he goes, Skitari Alpha. And he like marches up to you and he points out the window. That is an Eldar ship.
Xenos. Or Xenos.
Xenos. Correct. Though, since they are remaining cloaked, it means that they're either passing through the area or would like to remain unseen. And hopefully not be bothered.
Understood.
Still concerned that they're there.
And then I just go, okay. Or, not, I don't say okay. I say acknowledged. Shall we prepare defensive protocols?
Yes. That would probably be for the best. I'm losing brain cells. Oh my god.
Because without the Lord Captain here, Skid, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. I wasn't prepared for this mentally. It's okay.
I
This
reach
is what
into
the
my
caffeine was
comm
supposed to
bead.
be for.
I reach into my comm bead, and I go Skitari Alpha to Void. So to is Urza a Voidsman or a Helmsman?
He's a helmsman. The Voidsman and basically your crew, you'd probably, the first thing you'd be actually probably contacting or person is your arms master, your ship basically arms master.
Who arms master's name?
Good lovely Commander Verdant. Who he is the Void Master of the ship. Urzin is the helmsman.
Yep.
So I go Skitari Alpha requesting a priority Vox to Helmsman Urzin.
You basically hear a couple of switches, because Urzin still has on his headphones because he's still basically receiving signals from the navigator and basically listening to ship-wide comms. So you're connected to Urzin rather quickly.
Urzin, Helmsman.
Yes, sir.
Eldar anomaly detected. Prepare potential evasion protocols.
Way ahead of you.
Prepare combat Voidsman.
Yep. 'Cause I saw the little light and I
You
started-
probably saw the blip too, however, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, my job is to not run into that, not to question exactly what it is.
Also, slight update. What's his face? Gradius, thanks to me losing track of XP, I'm now at max strength now. So I have all four ranks taken, and plus with my power armor, my strength is now an 80.
Oh,
he's big. He's strong.
Will, I want to let you know that at rank, I think it's 3 or 4, you can get a thing that raises your strength by 10.
Yep.
Awesome. So
It raises your strength and toughness by 10, and it lowers your fellowship and agility by 5.
I don't give a shit about fellowship. I'm a Skitari.
That's what I said!
Also, my intelligence and weapon skill has been improved, so all I did was just for
For stats.
stats.
For stats.
I don't feel like
most
thinking.
Of the talent, dude,
I don't
most
think
of
about
the talents
talents.
most of the talents that Explorator gets aren't really that good anyway. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, these are so niche and unusable that there's no point.
So just so
It
you
is
know,
funny
if I
to
ever
have a
shake your
little
hand,
skill.
I will break your fingers.
Matthews has middle fingers. Thankfully.
Did he stutter?
Yeah, don't break those. Those were made by an AdMech member. You'd be ruining their precious work.
That is
Okay.
true.
So, let's
so-
see. Due to my history of hating void pirates, would I be able to essentially know how to coordinate like a potential like defense teams? Or
yeah,
like,
you 100%. You very quickly contact Commander Verdant, basically say, get the macro cannons armed and ready, which you guys can basically hear the sounds of stuff going on in the void ship at this point. Macro cannons basically being taken out of where they were folding into your ship. Urizen basically, instead of just kind of circling around the planet, kind of staying the same spot in orbit purposely to continue auger scans, begins moving slightly to make you guys a less easy target if the Eldar do decide to attack. You get the AdMech Prime for ship repairs, the Void's been ready to put out any fires, all that gets handled very quickly, given your expertise with attacks out in space.
Understood. Unit Seneschal. Preparations have been made. Helmsman Urizen informed.
Wonderful. Thank you, Skitari Alpha.
He doesn't have his helmet on, so his like deeply blue and glowing eyes just kind of just stares at you, and he just does a slight nod.
Matthews is like looking back at him, with like his deep purple eyes, and it's actually kind of uncomfortable how they're staring at each other at this point. That now it's kind of awkward to see which one of them will break eye contact, and it's not Matthews.
Are you asking this to be like a stare down test?
For the goofs and gags, Matthews is not intending to stare down Gradius. He's just looking at him, but he has like a really intense, like accidental intense stare because of how weird his eyes are.
Because if you want to roll intimidation, I'm more than prepared to do that.
I don't want to be intimidated.
Actually, roll me toughness to see who can hold the stare longer.
I don't have that high of a toughness.
Alrighty.
I'll actually say either toughness or willpower.
Or willpower. My willpower is worse.
Yeah,
okay, then roll toughness, Skid.
Alright, toughness. Let's see how tough you are.
I think that fails.
So I just basically just break the. So in this instance, I don't realize we're doing like a weird stare down thing. I'm just looking at you for orders, and then
Gradius is just staring at you, and then you just basically see like the glow flicker for just a second as he blinks, basically just like expecting you to answer him.
Is this unit dismissed?
Oh, my apologies. Yes, you are dismissed.
Alrighty. So after a while, Urizen,
Yes?
and Matthias. Urizen, you're actively on the Vox network. Matthias, you hear bzz, 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 call from the navigator sanctum. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Matthews is gonna pick up that call and go. What the fuck is the top of the
Radio cart.
What? No,
Radio
like
cart is the navigator.
No, like not the navigator. What's the bridge?
Yes, you're in the bridge.
We're in the
currently.
bridge.
Yes.
This is the bridge. This is Seneschal Matthias van der Grim.
Hello, Matthias. I was expecting Clovis. Currently...
Clovis is unfortunately in his quarters resting.
Right.
So he put me in command for the time being until he is up and ready and able.
Right. I'm not quite sure how to put this. You hear her, you hear like kind of she kind of takes a pause. I believe somebody else is coming out of the warp somewhat nearby.
Matthias mutes the thing for a moment and he just goes, fuck. And then he puts it back on and he goes, oh, really now?
Yes, I believe that we have a ship roughly the size of a... You see her basically take a second as if she's, like, really concentrating. I'm gonna see if she can accurately judge the size by having her roll an awareness test. She passes with flying colors with a natural 20, which in this game is also still really good. You see her kind of, like... You can basically hear kind of the exertion in her voice. I believe the size of a cruiser? About to come out of the warp.
How big is a cruiser?
That's the biggest class ship from the Imperium.
There is a cruiser coming out of the warp.
I believe so.
How close to our current location?
Roughly one system away. So you see her kind of, roughly probably 8 hours or so travel in the void.
I see.
Close enough that I can detect it, but not close enough it should be an immediate threat. If it is hostile, which obviously I can't tell.
I see. Is it on path to make communication with us? Or contact?
Unless their navigator is picked up on my probing, which they shouldn't be able to from the Immaterium, no. They shouldn't know we're here unless they come to this system, and I don't know exactly where they're trying to jump to.
I see. Keep an eye on them, if you would. And if they come anywhere close, please do inform me.
Of course, sir. That's all.
Thank you. I appreciate your hard work.
Of course. You basically hear like a click as the communication ends. Urzin, you also heard all of that as you're connected to the Priority Vox network on the bridge.
Yep.
Where the fuck is my drawing of Gradius? It's somewhere around here. Image.
Battle stations, I guess? Or do I just basically have like all of my Skitarii like at the ready?
Yes, you have all your Skitarii at the ready. They've already been ready after they heard basically the reports of there being Eldar in the system, which you can actually notice, Gradius, as you're actively on the augers, and Urzin, you're kind of noticing this too. The Eldar ship basically engages its thrusters and begins to basically pull a 180 and turn away from you guys.
Oh, lovely.
Eventually, the auger, after, a couple minutes, it's no longer on your sensors. It's gone. You don't know exactly where it's went.
Before it starts to leave our sensors, Grass is going to turn to Matthias. Unit Seneschal. Would it be wise to hail the Xenos?
Matthias gives you kind of the most disgusted look ever before he immediately wipes off his face and he goes, I don't believe it would be best. I would rather not canoodle with any Xenos anytime soon.
This unit does not does not recognize the term canoodle.
Matthias kind of thinks about what the accurate definition of canoodle is. Communicate, be alongside, align yourself with, other unsavory words I don't think I would rather repeat. Communicate. I don't want to communicate with Xenos.
Understood.
Are you waiting for me to dismiss you again?
Yes.
You are dismissed. Skitarii Alpha.
Gradius nods and then he walks away.
Matthias has never worked with Skitarii or actual AdMech up close and personal before, so he's kind of just ugh. They're so bland.
So as you guys are just kind of sitting there, Urzin, after, a couple of minutes, it goes out of your auger arrays. There's not really much hubbub. However, you get the notification from, basically the people who are meant to prepare your landers. Helmsmaster Urzin.
Yes, that's me.
Your shuttles are ready to depart to the surface of the planet whenever, if you would like to communicate that to the rest of the bridge officers. We've identified a suitable landing location to begin harvesting this planet's resources.
Thank you, will do. What's the correct polite term for seneschal? I say this because we very rarely call Ark the correct polite term.
High factotum.
Yeah, he's the high factotum.
It's like, we don't tend to do that.
Yeah, we just call Ark.
Yeah, Ark
Yeah,
is just Ark.
He's just
Yeah, Ark
Ark.
is just Ark. The other party's much less formal.
Yeah.
Cadium used to call Grant just boss for a while before I switched it to captain.
Yeah.
So you know.
I was surprised you just decided that you were gonna start referring to him as captain or like Lord Captain.
I've never said Lord Captain as Cadium. He's always just said Captain.
Or Captain.
Captain. Because I said boss, but I was like, that wouldn't fit in. I feel like that's not the best word that would go in Cadium's vocabulary. It would be captain. Saying captain is for some reason is easier than saying boss.
Yes. Anyway,
It made Cadium
Urzin,
sound like
would you
he's in,
like,
like, the
with the
mafia.
high factotum being the question answered, please continue.
Sir? I pardon. Hold on, what's your name?
Isn't Matthias right behind Urzin?
Yeah.
Probably.
Roughly, given where a command throne is on a ship, yeah.
High factotum Matthias.
You don't hear him as he slowly walks over to the chair and like leans over it and he goes, "Yes."
Shuttles are prepared.
Wonderful. Prepare to board. It's been a long time since I've been on a planet.
Yes, because this is canonically before you guys have visited any planets.
Yes, Matthias has not been on a planet in a while.
And then you aren't going to continue to be on a planet for another month plus, technically, after this.
Yeah, and Matthias's his whole shtick is planet-side murder, so he's just like, planet. So yes, prepare to board.
Understood.
And he slowly, silently walks backwards, still staring you directly in the eye until he breaks eye contact with you.
Urzin has not breathed this entire time. He is terrified.
Who would be below the command tree to me? Is that Verdant or would that be Loka?
That'd be Loka.
That'd be Loka. Look, is Loka on the bridge? I'm pretty sure they are. Right?
As the Administratum Master, half the time he's on the bridge, half the time he's in your basically equivalent to an office building. But currently, yes, he's on the bridge, basically creating the equivalent of a shopping list of everything you need to pilfer this planet for.
My fellow non-binary, yeah. Matthew's kind of like, now his steps have noise to them as he walks up to Loka, and he goes, "Loka, my good friend.
Yes, sir?
Would you mind manning the bridge for me while I go down planet side? I trust in your command."
Sure. I'll make sure to keep contact with the Vox relay as well if anything goes wrong, up here or down there.
Wonderful. Appreciate it.
Have a good time, sir, and please, still, even if there are bugs on the planet, don't talk about any bugs. I know how it gets you started.
I have not talked about any bugs since I have been on this vessel. I'll have you know.
Then how do I know about them?
So correction.
You know. The Lord Captain does not know. That is the most important thing. I mean, he could have read about it. It's on my paperwork, but, you know.
Correction. This unit recalls that. Seneschal has talked about the bugs at least on 5 separate occasions.
That is incorrect. Delete that from your files.
No.
Right.
I'm quoting that.
Anywho, Loka, I trust in your judgment. I'm going to go planetside, and if there's any Xenos, I'll bring you back a trophy if you would like.
I think I'll be alright. Just, get one for yourself.
Oh, I will. I need more to add to my collection. My room is pretty barren.
Can that Xenos trophy not be Urzin, please?
We'll see.
Okay.
Did you actually say that like in character?
No.
It would be funny.
It would be
Gradius.
funny, but no.
Gradius is going to, as he's basically standing there, like, being respectful on the bridge while staying next to Urizen. Gradius is going to say, with his helmet off, he goes, "This unit has observed Matthias respects his position more than his hatred toward you."
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
That is a very correct observation. Matthews is a kiss ass. Anyway,
Support protocol succeeded.
Matthews, you seem kind of like he like puts on his mask and his hat, and he like shrugs on his coat, and he goes, "Ah, it's been a long time since I've been on a good hunt." Oh, I'm excited. Yep. Matthews is ready to board.
Gradius is going to, a couple of his Tesla coils begin to activate, and then he holds his palm out as Murphy, the servo skull, comes from its perch, and then hitches itself onto his utility belt.
Murphy.
Yippee!
I love servo skulls. They're like the littlest little guys. They're like dogs, except those were once human beings.
Yes. Urizen,
What?
as you're...
Servo skulls, they're real human skulls.
Yeah, they are. This is canon.
Yeah. There's also cherubs too. We're not gonna worry about those.
the lobotomized robot babies.
Yeah, with wings on them sometimes.
With wings on them, yeah.
Yeah.
Tam!
I love
As,
lobotomizing people.
you are the one who drives
Quote
all
tag
the
him.
shuttles. Please give
Flight
me
test.
a pilot flyers test to land the shuttle safely on the planet below.
As you're doing that, as we're on the shuttle, Matthews kind of like turns to Gradius and he goes, "Oh,
Would you like to use a fate point to re-roll that?
I would love to.
Please re-roll that.
So as we're like chilling, Matthews kind of like glances
Okay,
at Gradius
we're
and goes,
good.
"So, do you happen to have any hobbies, perchance?"
Who are you talking to?
Sorry, who's he
To
talking to?
Gradius.
Oh, to Gradius.
So after you're talking, Matthias, as soon as your voice rings out, you basically break the atmosphere, and you guys feel like a lurch, as if the ship basically, like, is about to malfunction. Gradius, immediately your mind goes, starts troubleshooting, and then, in a very lucky turn of events, the stalling stops, and you're able to continue gliding towards the planet's surface. Urizen looks mildly terrified. Continue your conversation.
Mildly is an understatement, but okay.
Matthew shoots a look TM because he's wearing his mask in Urizen's direction before looking back at Gradius, almost expecting an answer to his really awkward attempt at making conversation.
With the lurch, with my strength being so high, would I not even bulge or not even?
Yeah,
like,
you don't even budge. You're just with your mechadendrites and your just strength of your arms. You just stay rooted there as Matthias. You get flung almost off your seat forward. The only thing catching you being your seatbelt.
I was going to ask if I could hold out my arm to actually hold Matthias in place during the lurch.
Yeah, you feel it happen, and you basically hold out your arm, Matthias. You fall forward, and the wind is kind of knocked out to you, but you do not go flying out of your seat.
Thank you, Skitari Alpha.
You are welcome. In terms of hobbies, this unit prefers to work on the ground vehicles, making sure everything is functioning. And let's see. Also, this one likes watching old vids from holy recordings.
Ah, I see. Matthias is mauling to himself that he misses the Lord Captain already.
Alrighty, as you guys are talking, an awkward silence kind of falls over the
group.
The group, as
except for probably the awkward tapping of Matthias tapping on his own metal arms.
Metal
'Cause he does
arms.
that.
Yeah, you can hear that and like this ambient sounds of the ship. But Urzin, you're able to smoothly bring the shuttle down to surface. Everybody, please go to slide 5 to your encampment.
Huzzah.
You can see you have your tokens, you have your tank, truck thing, and you can see all your key NPCs are actually on the map here. You have V, who is right here. You have Loka and Verdant, who are up here, and Sivulia's up here. It takes a couple of hours, and quite a few shuttles basically coming back and up and down from the ship. But you guys eventually pitch quite a few, prefabricated tents. The Gradius, you roll me athletics to help your Skitari and direct your Skitari to
Athletics?
create
Okay.
the wall you see around the camp.
I don't think athletics is a thing.
Gradius, I thought athletics was a thing. Oh, it's not a thing. Just roll me straight strength, Will. Strength
There.
plus 10.
Alrighty, strength plus 10.
I'm like looking at it, and the only A.
It's in the
skills
Rogue
are
Trader
acrobatics.
game, and I completely forgot it wasn't a skill in this game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that Dice Whipper channel. Oh! Before I do that, Gradius is going to try Humor Protocol. Is it Matthias?
Are you actually saying Matthias's name?
Yeah.
Matthias turns to you and goes, "Yes, Skitari Alpha."
So I go, Gradius goes, why did the tech priest bring a ladder to the forge?
Why?
Because he heard the data vault was on a higher level of enlightenment.
Matthias just stands there in silence, sheer, utter, awkward silence.
As you're basically on the surface of the planet, Gradius, your Skitari are basically getting their chain axes ready, their Omniscient power axes ready to, basically go and cut trees. And you hear basically a chatter in technolingua of just laughter at Gradius's joke as you're standing there in silence, Matthias.
My favorite right-hand man, Barricade, he plays a, what's it called?
You'd see him take basically two wooden sticks and play a ba-dum on his own metal implants.
And add on to that, he plays a Vox recording of a laughing audience.
Yes, that too.
Humor Protocol completed. Was that to Unit Seneschal's liking?
I don't think I am the right target audience for your joke, unfortunately. Skitari Alpha.
Noted.
Alrighty, Will. I
rolled
see
a
your
70.
strength roll there.
Mm-hmm.
1 degree of success with the plus... Actually, just a regular success with the plus 10.
Yes, so that would be 80 plus 10 equals 90, so yes.
1 degree of success, okay, yeah. So you and your, this Skitari you brought with you, you guys go, you cut down some trees, you shape them up, you basically stick them in the ground, tie them together, you make a nice wall around the place.
Mm-hmm.
Matthias, please roll me either command, charm, or... actually, we're gonna go with either command or charm.
Command
to direct your men to basically pitch the tents.
Right. All right. What the fuck is charm again? Fellowship. Oh, I forgot to put a 6 there. Oopsie. I'm using a fate point.
Yeah, okay.
I'm using a fate point.
You cannot use 2 fate points on the same roll. How many degrees of failure is that, Skid?
2?
2.
Or 1? Technically, there's only 1 10 yeah, 1. It is 1 degree of failure.
Okay, so you're basically commanding your men, but you're not super used to being planet-side, so there's a lot of sensations overwhelming you. The sun is too bright, the air is too humid, it's, there's bugs, actual bugs, like mosquitoes that keep annoying you and make you think about the bugs that are under your skin, you're kind of batting them away, and your orders, they're not the best.
Matthews hasn't ordered people around in a good 5 years.
Yeah, you're not really used to this, so the wall goes up a long time before the tents do. I'm just gonna put it that way.
That's okay.
And Urzin,
Yes.
please roll me raw agility for your multiple, basically, flyer runs up and down between the ship and here.
Agility? Okay. Good thing I'm good at that. A point,
Yes.
please.
I keep forgetting that I have paranoia.
Oh, I am very good at that. Okay,
Yeah,
we're good.
Urzin, transferring both troops and, all the materials, etc. to make this camp goes by just peachy. No problems there.
Yippee!
Takes a couple of hours before everything is set up. The last thing that's brought down is your guys' tank truck thing, which is then parked inside the encampment well, as you can see it there. You guys have your truck, and you're ready to send out the first couple of hunting parties, you think? Matthews, call it high or low.
I'm gonna call it high.
Matthews,
Yeah.
as you're sitting there, you basically see the person on the Vox relay. High Factotum Vandergrim, sir,
Yes.
we have a transmission coming in from the ship. Boca says it's very important.
It's very important. All right. Give it here. Matthews will answer and he goes, "Hi, Loka. How's it going?"
Hi, sir, there is a void ship battle going on approximately 100 void units from our location between what appears to be an Imperium vessel and a couple of Eldar vessels.
There's a fucking what?
There is a void ship battle
Mhm.
going on approximately 100 void units away.
Delightful, truly. Ugh.
Excuse me, sir. You basically hear what sounds to be like a whole bunch of alert sounds basically signaling on the bridge, and he comes back. Sorry, sir. It appears that the Imperium vessel has broken apart, and pieces are currently flying towards us. I'll update you and then you hear it everything basically cut out.
This is terrible, awful news.
The Voxmaster immediately begins frantically trying to establish reconnection with your flagship.
I miss the Lord Captain. Anywho,
Um,
he
Gradius
looks
is going
down
to
at
be-
the
oh, sorry.
Vox guy who's working on it. And he's just gonna go. Yes, continue that, please. Ugh.
Gradius.
Mhm.
At this point, you're back in camp, and you basically see this guy who's not an AdMech. Effectively, what happened was you can easily troubleshoot the issue just by looking at it. The entire Vox network obviously got overloaded by the sheer amount of signals being sent when, presumably, giant chunks of space debris started getting launched at your flagship.
Oh,
That's likely going to need a text priest to fix.
yeah. Gradius is going to be speaking in technolingua with his Qatari, and he's going to go. Something has the meat bags upset, so it's time for us to fix it, guys.
They all give you, a salute. Sir, yes, sir! Gradius, please roll me tech use plus 20 to repair the Vox network with the help of your Skitari.
Yeah. Oh, I have to fix the Wi-Fi.
Yes, please fix the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, fix the Wi-Fi.
Alrighty.
For good old Matthews Vandergrim, who misses the Lord Captain so much because this is not his cup of tea.
Plus, you said plus 10, by the way?
Plus 20.
Oh, plus 20. Okay.
Matthews used to have a tiny ship with a
Plus
tiny
10
crew.
equals 68. So 88. So 53 out of 88.
3 degrees of success. All right. And, you basically tinker around with it for a couple minutes. You basically politely shove the Voxmaster out of the way. And as you're basically listening there, you hear basically the radio pick up. No! Left! Port! Port! Fuck! And then you basically hear, oh, hello, Seneschal Mathias. And then you basically hear
Hi.
Clovis's voice basically in the background. Sir! Yes, sir! Everything is fine. You basically hear Clovis yell, it is not fine! It's mostly fine. The ship will be fine. The Lord Captain has come to, assist the situation. He's ordering you to
see.
handle things planet-side. It
I'm
appears
handling
some
things
sort of
planet.
Imperial vessel is likely to crash land on the surface of the planet quite soon.
Wonderful. Please do inform me if it happens to land anywhere near our campsite.
I will do, sir. And then you basically hear Clovis taking over the position of whoever has been in Urzen's place as the void ship pilot. Because apparently they're not doing a very good job at avoiding whatever debris is getting launched at your flagship.
Matthews kind of like turns away from the box and he goes, I thought the Lord Captain was supposed to be resting. He needs to get some rest. Damn, he hasn't slept in like 4 days.
You can probably infer that the raging brace for impact alarms woke him up.
Most likely, yeah. Matthew still isn't too happy about it. But yeah. Oh, right then. Wonderful. This is just wonderful and fantastic and great. Matthews, he does like a deep sigh almost at the end of every single sentence he says at this point. And the bugs are not helping as he
you are close enough at this point to have heard literally all of that.
Huh?
You two are both close enough to have heard literally everything that just came over the Vox network about the situation.
Sir?
Matthews like slowly like turns to Urza and he goes, yes. Voidmaster?
Is my presence required shipside, or would you prefer me here?
Matthews just looks down at you and he kind of just goes, well, I think it would be wonderful if you were to leave my presence and go back shipside. Unfortunately, you are needed down here to pilot the landers.
Understood.
We're such a dysfunctional
We
red
are!
group.
We are!
Yeah.
We need Clovis here! What the fuck? Matthews is just a bitch. I love him.
We love him.
We love him. He's an asshole. Only to Urza, and other than that, he's just tired and is just like, man, it's been like forever since I've done anything. Matthews is a 35-year-old man. He's just like, he wants to retire. He's not allowed. He has bugs under his skin. He doesn't. So he's kind of just like, he looks like he's having a not so fantastic time. Don't worry about it.
No. Says something inflammatory. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Matthews definitely doesn't have bugs under his skin. He doesn't. There are no bugs there. He thinks he has bugs there. There's no bugs there. There's no bugs. He's just insane. That is an insane 35-year-old man. He's tired. He wants to go home. He wants to retire. He's not allowed. The Imperium of Man said he wasn't allowed. They're like, oh, you lost all your limbs? Nuh-uh. He's like, fuck you. And they're like, no, fuck you. And he's like, fine. Rogue trader ship.
I'm just thinking about like that meme from 50 Cent. Fuck me, fuck him.
Yeah, Matthews is not having the best of time. Any hoozle. All right then. Time to get the hunting parties together. He's like doing the Mr. Burns thing with his little metal fingers, and his metal fingers clack together as he's doing it.
Alrighty.
Hunting time.
Each of you is going to lead one hunting party. Yippee! Everybody, please roll me either awareness or scrutiny.
Awareness or scrutiny?
And Tam, call it high or low.
Do I get a bonus for hunting?
Sorry. Scrutiny versus... Like, don't have
Matthews, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What was the other option you said?
Awareness.
I'm gonna blow up. Hold on. Do I
Also,
have a
Tam,
thing
high or
for
low?
this?
High.
I don't know if I wanna. I don't know if I'll roll any better if I. You know what? Fuck it. We have 3. I have 3 fate points per session.
You have 2 left.
God damn it!
That's the exact same thing that happened last time. Almost exactly.
Matthews. This is like his whole thing. This is his jam. His bread and butter. God damn it.
How many degrees of failure and or success for each of you?
5.
Okay.
That's 5
Damn.
degrees of failure.
How many degrees of success
I missed
and
by
or failure?
4, so not even 1.
Okay, you just regularly fail, Will?
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a 36 divided that by 2 is 18. So I'm failed by 12 points.
1 degree of failure. Okay.
Why is Matthew so bad at this dice bot? Why?
Matthias, please roll me agility.
I'll roll you agility, yeah. Matthews, I swear to fucking God damn it! That's
Matthias.
2 degrees of success. I'm going to kill myself.
Matthias,
Oh.
you are basically recounting to your small squadron of house soldiers about some of your most glorious hunts when you step on what appears to be a regular piece of ground until it gives away under your feet and you find yourself falling like waist deep into a pit. You see one of the soldiers kind of lean down. Sir!
Yes.
You okay, sir?
I am alright, thank you.
Would you like help?
Yes, that would be appreciated, thank you.
You
Matthews
see,
he looks so fucking pissed. Unbelievably goddamn pissed.
2 of the soldiers basically, like, one of them grabs each of your arms. I'm gonna roll strength for a regular house soldier. Okay, they succeed. You basically feel them help pull you out of, like, the very loose patch of dirt, and they basically pull you out and help you dust yourself off. Apologies, sir.
No, that is alright. I should have seen it.
Alrighty.
Matthews looks so fucking pissed. He looks so pissed. He looks like he's going to blow a goddamn gasket. If there's not a Xenos in front of him right now, he could shoot.
Okay. You do not find anything for the first little bit.
Matthews is going to freak out.
Urzan, call it high or low.
His 13 insanity points are getting the better of him.
I'm gonna go with low.
Dude, all my stats are so fucking low. This is so obnoxious. I only have 1 good stat.
Okay. As you're kind of walking around, you notice a flock of birds flying overhead. Please roll me a ballistic skill test for effectively your hunting squad to see how many you can take down.
Okay. Let me see if that passes actually, because I don't have his stats memorized. Oh yeah, that passes. 1 degree of success.
Roll me damage for whatever your primary ballistic skill or ballistic weapon is.
Let me check. It's been a while since I played him.
Yes.
That would be a hand cannon.
Alright, please roll me the damage of your hand cannon.
5.
You procure 5 Xenos birds. They're fairly large birds. Think like turkeys flying through the air.
Ooh! I thought when you said large, you meant like seagulls. No, turkey's much better.
You get 5 Xenos turkeys.
I get Xenos turkeys. Lovely.
You shoot 2 down. Some of your enforcers with their guns. They shoot a couple of. They shoot the other 3. The bird at this point, the flock is kind of dissipated. You guys go and find and you take the birds. And you decide, all right, this is pretty good for our first, excursion. Let's go back to camp and, get start so that people can go prepare these. Gradius, call it high or low.
I am going to call high.
Gradius, as you're walking through the woods, one of your enforcers kind of like, Skitari Alpha, sir.
Yes.
I believe there are tracks right up here. You kind of point and you see that you walked past them. You were looking pretty hard, and you had noticed some, foliage that seemed a little out of place in that direction, but nothing too, I guess, too out of place to warrant too much searching according to your protocols. However, upon basically one of your enforcers pointing out, you do see what look to be hoof tracks leading in that direction.
Gradius recalls, what are the current orders? Are we doing like a patrol, or actually just trying to collect Xenos?
You're trying to collect Xenos meat in order to basically preserve for your void excursions.
Okay. I am going to go. Current orders are to collect sustenance. We shall proceed. So follow the tracks.
All right. You go after the tracks, and after about 5 or 10 minutes, you do spot what appears to be 3 very strange-looking deer, question mark? They're vaguely deer-ish, some sort of deer-like hoofed herbivore, kind of just chomping on some moss in a clearing.
Weird sus deer. And they're omnivore?
They appear to be herbivores, looking at their teeth. They're eating moss.
Ooh. I will,
That deer is me. I'm eating moss.
Oh, really? Okay. I shoot.
Awesome.
Alrighty, please roll a ballistic skill test with your primary gun.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what I can do here with my current talents. Um, they're probably gonna run away the very moment I shoot them too. You know what? Fuck it, we ball.
Feel free to roll to shoot.
Yes, I am currently pulling up my ballistic skill, which is a 31. What was your rules towards throwing explosives?
That is a ballistic skill to get them where they need to go. However, if you explode the deer, you also have to, understand the state of the corpse may not be very salvageable as they will be paste.
Well, the thing about that too is that, I'm Miss Guitar. We don't really care about the quality of the food.
That's true. Feel free to yeet that grenade.
Alrighty, cool. I will eat a grenade.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you.
That is a 31. So I basically, yeah.
Okay, you're lucky. You do not get the grenade really anywhere near it's supposed to go. You way overshoot. But you see it bounce off a nearby tree and basically blow 2 of the deer's heads off as it bounces back. The last one basically spooks and runs off. However, you now have 2 splattered with blood and gore, headless deer carcasses laying on the ground in front of you.
Okay, cool. And then I basically order my teammates to go like, alrighty, cool. Start preserving the meat as we're basically eviscerating the corpses.
Yeah, the house soldiers do as you say. They basically begin cutting up the carcasses, basically skinning them, getting all the meat that they can basically put into the imperial grade meat bags you were given. And eventually you have 2 basically bags of Xenos venison.
Yay! And then I
And
go, hunt is completed.
all right, you all basically find your ways back the way you came, and you reconvene at camp. You see that Urizen men basically all hold Xenos turkeys, are dragging Xenos turkeys behind them. There are 5 of them. 2 of Gradius's men have, like, bags of what appears to be meat over their shoulder, and Matthias looks extremely pissed at the world, but has nothing with him.
There's a swarm of bugs around him.
Yeah, there's like 3 mosquitoes that are just buzzing around his face.
And he looks incredible. He's wearing his mask. You can just feel an aura of hatred around him at this point.
So
is the only way to describe what's going on with him.
So I'm having a lot of fun with the session so far, but it is not Matthias's day.
No, it's never Matthias's day. I roll like garbage. He's supposed to be so cool, but also my stats are so shit except for fellowship.
So you tell me that the experienced bounty hunter can't command his men, and B get the bread.
No, he is not a breadwinner this time.
Well, I mean, we could like say it's an excuse of that he's all of his limbs were like removed 5 years ago, and he's only been using them to do paperwork. Maybe he just doesn't know how to utilize his fucking mechanics that well.
Okay.
He clearly he knows what he's doing mentally. Physically, his body just can't keep up anymore. That's my excuse. That's the excuse. And also, he's literally insane. He's like clinically insane.
the sentient what was it, sentient chess piece and alien were able to hunt for more food better than he can.
He's not happy about it. He's not happy about it, and he's fucking lucky he has a mask on.
Also, you notice that Matthias's clothes from the waist down appear mildly more dirty than they did when he left.
Which is funny, because Matthias is usually always clean.
Yes.
Very.
He looks mildly dusty.
He's mildly dusty. He looks incredibly pissed. And there's like a bazillion bugs around him that you know he's itching to slap away from him, but he can't because they'll keep coming back.
Mm.
And there's too much room in between his metal palms, because they're not malleable, that he can't kill them if he were to put his hands together.
Gradius is going to say, so Unit Seneschal.
Yes. Skitarii Alpha.
How does the hunt go?
Terribly. It goes terribly. Thank you for asking, though.
You are most welcome. And then he's going to look towards Urzin. Or so, what was it? Unit. So, would he refer to him as as a voidsman or helmsman? Like unit helmsman or unit voidsman?
Unit helmsman.
Unit helmsman, because that is technically what he is.
Alrighty, unit helmsman.
I think Tam's in the bathroom. Oh,
perfect timing because I'm back.
Oh, lovely timing.
I love it when my body just says "fuck you." Anyway, yes.
Yeah, Unit Urzin, quite the bountiful, avians that you have acquired.
Yes, sir. And he's gonna like give a half-ass smirk in Matthias's direction.
Matthias, it looks the most pissed you've ever seen him, just ever. As
He's just radiating bad vibes.
And he slowly turns his head to you like you're his next fucking victim. He's currently, the vibe that you're getting from him currently is, you can't see his face, but you can get the vibe that you're going on his wall next if you keep pushing him. If you, specifically.
Oh, he loves me.
No, he does not.
No, no he does
Right.
not.
You guys have successfully found meat. Now, as we know, high society cannot go without their delicious fruits and vegetables. So guess what is your guys' time to find next?
Fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables. Let's see if Matthias is more successful this time.
Matthias, please, I beg of you, you dumb fuck. Please.
Alrighty.
Please be
Everyone roll me either survival.
I don't fine. Sorry. Sorry.
Good job your mic.
Sorry.
Everybody, please either roll me survival, search, or logic.
Or logic. Okay. That is 4 degrees of success on
Trying
search.
intelligence. Oh, and
I finally fucking did it.
that's 2 degrees.
Oh!
3 degrees of success.
Gonna
Okay.
blow up and explode, I think, guys.
What was it again? Logic?
Survival, search, or logic.
Search or logic. Alrighty. Search. Oh, they're both the same. Okay.
Oh, well.
I lied.
Alrighty.
Instead of 4 degrees of success, that is 3 degrees of success from Matthias's part.
Yeah, I logic the shit out of this, of where to go for the hunting grounds.
I searched the shit out of this.
Or, not hunting grounds,
The fruit grounds, the gathering
Bridging
grounds.
grounds.
Alrighty. We will go, since I started at the top last time, I'll start at the bottom this time. Gradius.
Great, this is a perfect opportunity for me to go piss.
Yes. Gradius.
Yes.
You have studied basically the biological makeup of forests, basically soil types, etc. You take a soil probe with you and are very quickly able to deduce the surrounding area, what would be good for, natural berries, fruit trees, etc. And you find basically a bunch of giant, vaguely watermelonish fruits.
Lovely. I scanned them. Are they safe to eat?
Call it high or low.
I'm gonna call low.
Yes. They're entirely safe to eat.
Okay, cool.
And quite nourishing. According to your scanners.
Would this be something that's easy to put in it, let's say, like a greenhouse?
You think that you could probably extract the seeds and grow them. You need fairly fertile soil, but given greenhouses are typically kept warm and humid, these could be grown in your ship, or in greenhouses in general. And also, it looks like, given their makeup, you could probably dry them to preserve them, too.
How big are the trees?
Gross.
How big are the trees? About 20 meters tall.
Alrighty then.
Before you say, Aloon watermelons don't grow on trees. These are Xenos watermelons. Yes, they do.
No, I was about to say I was going to use my axe to basically saw it down, and then from there, like hold it, and then just shake it for all the fruit to fall off.
Yeah, you basically cut the tree down, and you basically pick it up like think like a bat, and you basically start bashing it on the ground over and over again until all the Xenos watermelons fall off of it. Much to the, amazement and mild horror of all the house soldiers around you, who basically just gather them as they fall off to bring back.
So yeah, I just basically cut down the trees, and then I just tell them to collect A, collect soil samples, and B, collect the fruits.
Alright. That is a resounding success. You basically get as many Xenos watermelons as your men can carry back.
Hooray! I am contributing.
Prison.
Yeah.
Which skill did you use? Survival, okay. Growing up, even with Abril, you did spend quite a bit of time planetside. Just because you were less likely to be noticed, when you were on, foreign and less scarcely populated worlds than if you were fucking around in the Void Ship where you were 100%, an unsanctioned Xenos. So you spent your fair share of time poking around in nature just because Avril didn't want you around. And you managed to find a whole bunch of vaguely blackberry-ish bushes.
Okay.
What would you like to do with them?
Can I test to see if the blackberry-ish bushes are safe to eat?
Call it high or low.
Hi.
You guys are getting really lucky with these high or low rolls today. Yes!
Cool. How many of them
I swear to God, if I get unlucky, I'm going to scream at someone. And none of you will be able to hear if I scream at you, so that means I have to scream at someone else.
I'm laughing with you, Skid. I'm not laughing at you. I just want to make that clear.
I'm doing a bit. It's okay. I'm not going to actually scream at someone.
Yet.
So Tam, with your guidance of how to avoid the massive thorns on these things, your men are safely able to basically get a whole bunch of baskets they're technically bags, but bags of Xenos blackberries.
Ew. Xenos blackberries.
Yes.
Blackberry phones.
Hold on.
So-
Let me actually roll to see if any of your enforcers managed to like grievously wound themselves like fucking idiots.
Please.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
that is true. Like,
As you're basically, most of your enforcers are doing good. You have about 10 of them with you, and then you hear one of them go, "Oh shit!" And you basically see him trip over a root and fall face first into a giant like thorny bush. Ow! Ow! Oh! Oh! Moving hurts more. Ugh.
Yeah, stay put. Okay.
I'm going to inspect the plant.
Gradius, you are not there.
Oh.
This is a Urizen thing.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Urizen, your guy is like you after like a minute, like 30 seconds. My arm feels real tingly. So does my leg.
Uh,
Guys, a little help.
Would it be a dumb idea to cut him free with a power sword?
As long as you're careful, you could totally do that. Power swords are like they effectively create like an electric field, but it wouldn't hurt him if you were using it near him with plant matter. It's not going to transfer the electricity. So
Okay.
you cut him free, and do you have the Medicae skill?
Do I have the Medicae skill? That is a good question. Do I have the Medicae skill? I know the alphabet. Where's M? No. Fuck.
You have the logic skill.
Basic.
Roll me logic to inspect these wounds from where he's been stabbed by numerous thorns.
Please don't fail. That's a fail.
He looks mostly okay, other than the bleeding.
Mostly. Fun.
Like I said, other than the bleeding.
Other than the bleeding. Lovely. Better?
Yeah, but everything is still tinkly.
How much food we got?
You see basically your other enforcers kind of look, good luck, sir.
Okay. Let's go back then.
Alright. Matthias.
Me.
Please
You-
fail.
I'm going to murder you.
You use search, correct?
I did use search, that is correct.
Alright. You start basically, scouring the jungle, and you find,
Do I have to follow
Um,
the bugs for it?
no.
Okay.
You find, I have a picture for this one.
Oh boy.
You found different ones depending on which skills you used. I'm gonna put this in game general. You find a whole bunch of trees with fruits that look like this.
This looks AI generated.
It is not.
It's not?
It's
It's
not?
from it is not. It was drawn by a real artist on DeviantArt.
Ah, okay.
Really? Huh, okay. It looks like a weird dragon fruit. Slash... something.
Also, that was a really good laugh, Tam.
Huh?
That was a really good laugh. It said, please fail,
What?
and then that's when Skig was like, I will murder you.
Did you find trees full of these?
Matthews is kind of like looking up at it and goes, right. Are these edible, Elon? Swear to
Roll
God.
me intelligence, or if you have extra proficiency in logic, roll me logic. Otherwise, just roll me intelligence.
I'll roll you intelligence. I have a 43.
You know what?
35.
Okay, I was gonna say roll it with a plus 10, but you succeed anyway.
Yeah.
As you kind of are like looking at it, it looks edible. It seems edible, and then you see, you know, those like blueberry-looking things.
Yeah.
You see all of them slowly, like the centers turn and just look down at you.
Oh.
Slowly.
Matthews looks back at them. just blank mask face, and he makes a gesture to the rest of his men, like, "You're seeing this, correct?"
You see them all just kind of nod, like mildly, I would say a mixture of mildly concerned to extremely concerned.
Right. So it was just the little eye, the little not blueberry eye things moving, right? Nothing else moved.
Nothing else moves. They just kind of like rotate to look at you. All of them. And these fruits are packed, or these trees are packed with these fruits.
Right. Matthias is going to, he like takes a step back so he can stand like perfectly perpendicular to another one of his men, and he goes, and he just like leans to the side without breaking eye contact. The eyes can't tell that he has eyes. He has his mask on, but without breaking eye contact with them, and he goes, "Could one of you go back and run for the rest of the crew? This might be a all hands on deck kind of thing."
Yes, sir. You see one of your enforcers basically take off in a dead sprint back towards the campsite. At this point, Urizen and Gradius, you come back from your excursions, you're kind of, talking with the rest of the camp, and you see an enforcer basically completely out of breath, like basically collapses at the gates of your camp. Oh, Master Matthias needs backup. Strange Xenos fruits. They have eyes. Lots of eyes.
What? Excuse me, what?
Fruits with eyes.
Oh, I did hear you correctly. Okay. Goddamn.
Gaius doesn't really react to it that much because he thinks of all of the numerous, what's it called? AdMech, where they have multiple eye implants. So,
Yep.
at that point, I'm just thinking to myself, maybe he just ran into, like, one of my cousins. Or ad brother, or one of my brothers.
Brothers.
So, I just go, alright, you heard him. Unit Seneschal requires aid.
Do we have to? He's mean to me.
Let's see. Grass is going to go like this. Would you be one? So, do you want to be the one to tell a former Inquisitor rogue trader that we let his seneschal die on our watch?
Good point.
I didn't think so. All right then. And then once he says that, after Grace says that, he pauses for a moment, and then he's going to go. To be honest, I do think it was. So we did learn a lot about him today. So it's best to help out when we can.
I don't like what that's implying.
Alrighty, before you guys
funny.
investigate the eyeball fruits, I'm going to call a 5-minute break because I need to get water. Be back by X27.
Okie dokie. Matthews is such a male fail.
He's a boy failure, yeah.
He's not a boy failure, that's a man failure. That is a 35-year-old adult man who he wants to retire, but he's not allowed.
Oh, so he's just shaking off the kinks of his retirement?
He never got to retire. He wants to so badly. He's not allowed. Basically, so he was a bounty hunter, right? Then he got all of his limbs torn off, and now he's insane. And so he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I want to retire. And the Imperium was like, no, you can't. You're too young. You have working limbs now. We gave you new ones. Time to get back to work. And he went, what the fuck? So he did paperwork slaving for the past, I don't know, 3-ish years, I think. Aboard the vessel, aboard the Sun's Heart. And now he's a seneschal, and he's just like, man, this is too much. This is too much excitement. I want to go to bed. I want to retire with my parental unit. She's like, parent, I'm coming, because his mother/father, one person, is retired, and Matthews is just like, I want to retire, but he can't. He's not allowed.
I'll explain this a little bit now since it's during the break rather than after the session. Gradius is not Gradius is observing that Mantius is willing to push through his mistakes, not wallow in them.
Yeah, Matthias, he knows that he's having a hard time, and he's just like, well, fuck it. I still need to keep doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a cocky bastard before he got torn to shreds by a Tyrannid. So, he's a very different person now. And he's getting used to the fact that he's genuinely insane and not doing well mentally.
Mm-hmm.
He also once again, he constantly feels like there's bugs under his skin. And that his augments are augments?
Yeah,
Bionic
augments.
replacements are either too tight or too loose. Constantly, they're fitted perfectly on him. No matter what he says, no one will believe him that he feels this way, and people are just like, "Yeah, you're insane," because he is just insane. But he's still having yes, he hasn't gone to therapy yet.
Mm.
Would he refuse it? Maybe.
I mean, if you ever just ask like Gradius to do it, he's gonna go like he's gonna go, of course, and then inside his cognition sensors will just turn off.
Oh.
So he'll be listening and nodding, but literally won't be there mentally.
That's not how a therapist works.
That's how it works with the admech.
Yeah, Matthews is not going to ask a member of the AdMech to be his therapist.
Okay.
He doesn't make enough money he doesn't make enough to bother to have a therapist. He's busy constantly. Mm-hmm. He's the high factotum.
Mm-hmm.
He's a busy boy. Which means that he kind of just has to wallow in his insanity and keep going. Despite his male fail. His man failures.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Are we?
I'm asking you. Okay.
27? Yeah. Yeah, Matthews he's the biggest man failure ever. Even bigger than Laurel, and Laurel was a pretty big man failure too.
I'm doing my best to get that campaign up and running again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
College sucks.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So does capitalism.
I love making man failures. They're so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Matthews wasn't intended to be a man failure, but now he is because I keep rolling like shit. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna embrace the fact I keep rolling shit. He's just a man failure.
I mean, what makes it even funnier to me, Skid, is that seneschals are actually meant to be like what's it called? Like Swiss Army knife characters. They're meant to be slightly good at everything.
I also rolled really bad stats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair.
I did not. My only good stat is my fellowship, which is a 60. That's it. The rest of his stats are garbo.
All right, Are you guys ready to investigate the eyeball trees?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you basically follow the foot soldier, who's utterly exhausted, back to where Matthias is. Matthias, the trees are still staring at you. What are you doing, by the way? This took about 20 minutes for them to get here.
Staring back calmly. I'm waiting for any other signs of movement other than the eyes. And he'll like walk back and forth in a straight line to see if the eyes are following him.
Following you.
Okay. Specifically me, or are there some staring at the rest of my men?
Mostly you, because you're the closest to the trees, but if they move, you see some of the eyes do flick in their direction. It seems they're attracted to movement.
I see.
So basically, as you're standing there calmly, as Gradius and Urzin and the one foot soldier who you sent back basically come to the clearing, you see all the eyes rotate and stare at them.
Welcome. I'm sure you can see the problem. So far, it's only been the eyes that move, and they seem to move based on movement. If you're moving, I mean. So far, nothing else has moved within these trees, but it's best to be careful and exert some caution.
How do you want to approach this?
Unsure yet. I'm still trying to figure out. He like gestures in the general direction of the trees. I'm trying to figure out what is up with them. I'm used to be a Xenos hunter, but it is quite fun to analyze your prey first.
This unit does not disagree.
Wonderful.
Human protocol initiated.
Oh my
Urizen,
God.
go touch it.
Matthews immediately looks to Gradius, and he looks like he has the biggest fucking smile on his face underneath his fucking mask.
You want me to touch the thing that is staring at us?
Yes. This unit is not being serious. Humor protocol.
Damn.
Gather that.
So,
I know I
yeah.
asked this already. What's the term?
What term?
High factotum.
Mathias, the high factotum. High factotum. Or the seneschal. Seneschal's also fine.
Okay.
They're both his job title.
This feels like when you're looking at me, Seneschal.
He then slowly turns to look at you. Oh, really now?
So they operate by movement, and we don't know what it is, and we care about this entity. Why?
He like Matthews kind of like points up to like the fruits that the eyes are on. I believe they're edible.
Oh,
in
so
some form
okay.
or fashion.
Can I see like a logic test to see if this is a big beast and not just a tree?
Yeah, roll me logic.
Alright.
I would say plus 10 with the information Matthias has given you from observing it.
Alrighty, cool.
I feel like currently we're like trying to open a door that's already open, kind of thing.
Probably.
With the plus 10, let me look at my logic skill.
Is there like an equivalent of a help action?
Yeah, do you have the logic skill trained?
I don't. Damn.
Then no.
So
Darn.
it is
Never
a
mind.
58, but with the plus 10
I
becomes
have the
68.
logic skill trained.
Okay,
Hold on.
you succeed.
Okay.
This looks to be...
No.
Gradius, you're kind of looking at it, you're taking the fact it hasn't moved. This is likely some sort of... The Mechanics know that plants do have some kind of sentience. You know, certain trees, like groves, can communicate, like fairy circles, because they're all one tree.
Mm-hmm.
You can... This is obviously some kind of primitive life form. It's alive, and it likely is sentient in some form, but it's not immediately dangerous. It's not gonna, like, come rushing toward you the second you take its eyes off it. It's stuck there. But it does have some sort of sentience.
Okay. So Grass is going to take a look at it, and Urizen, how did your expedition go?
Very successful, sir. We gathered several bags of berries.
What have your
It should be noted, when you guys got back to base camp, that guy who was tingling went into anaphylactic shock.
Oh! Fun!
Tommy was allergic.
So
Yeah.
So we must talk about that later. Anyways, or I say information stored later for further discussion. And then from there, I'm gonna go. Do you still have those mysterious fruits or neurotoxin that we could use we could use to pacify the plant?
I'm sorry, you found a fruit that has a neurotoxin in it.
At least the plants did. The fruits were edible, Urizen determined. However, the vines themselves appear to basically cause people to go into respiratory arrest if they get stabbed by them.
Oh, fun!
Are we sure?
Lovely.
That will work on other plants on this planet.
Do you have a better idea?
Matthew slowly whips out his gun.
That is an option.
We gonna fight the Angie plant or the eyeball plants?
I mean, Skitari Alpha, you do have mechadendrites. I can see them. Why don't you attempt to use those to maybe, I don't know, pluck a plant from it? And if it proves to be aggressive, then we can engage further.
Human protocol. Human protocol initiated. This one does not officiate weddings.
Your humor protocol is not funny. Thank you, though, Skitari Alpha.
Mm.
I appreciate it, though.
My Skitari over there finds it funny. As it's a robot going hey 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 hey.
Yeah,
Good
there
for
are
the
two
Skitari.
Skitari who are laughing and basically, egging him on in Technolingua.
Alrighty. So I got my orders now, and I will do as you told me to. Mechadendrites being used to pluck the fruits.
Yeah, mechadendrites are like 9 feet fucking long, dude.
Yeah.
They're
You
big.
Gradius.
Yes.
As you basically take the fruit off, I would like everyone to roll me a toughness test.
Okay.
The fuck?
Oh, we're about to get spritzed with poison gas.
No, that is not what this is.
My toughness is not fantastic.
You know what? It's been a while.
That succeeds by
I'm
one!
going to spend a fate point.
That
Okay.
succeeds by 1.
I
I
do
succeed
not
by a
succeed.
singular
Oh, no.
point.
Gradius succeeds.
Matthews barely succeeds.
Matthews succeeds. Urzin, you fail. Okay. Gradius, you pluck the fruit from the tree, and immediately, there's like 3 trees, all of them let out this ear-splitting, horrible screeching noise. It's the worst thing you've ever heard in your lives. You slap your hands over your ears, Urzin, you crumple to the ground. Gradius, you kind of like, even though you are, a Skitari, you kind of feel like your metal, like, I guess you feel your flesh bits cringe at the sound. And Matthias, you like clap your hands over your ears and kind of wince, but you're still on your feet. About half your house troopers are also crumpled on the ground. The rest of them are just like, in the same kind of state as Matthias. Once you finish, after a couple seconds after the fruit is removed, they stop screaming.
Delightful, truly. Matthews kind of like looks down at Urza and he goes, delightful, truly. Anywho, this is a problem.
Yeah, go on and gloat.
Oh, I heard that. I'm having a wonderful time.
This shall be noted for later, for the gloating ceremony.
Anywho, this is a problem. Having the tree scream every single time we pluck a fruit is going to be terrible.
What if we destroy the tree?
That would be best.
Okay. I basically walk over, I go, well, I have my Omniscient axe, and that is a tree. Axe plus tree equals...
Yeah, please roll me a weapon skill test.
Matthews
I would say plus 30, because,
Matthews shoves a bit of his sleeves in his ears.
Yeah, Gradius, roll me a weapon skill test plus 30 because this is a stationary object.
Alrighty, cool.
And also axe plus tree.
Yes, that too.
Alrighty. We're literally about to murder. We're literally strangling an evolving civilization in its casket right now. I love
Classic.
it. Let's see. That is a plus 30. That is barely makes it 82, and I rolled an 81.
Damn.
You kind of like tap it twice to get a good angle. Chop! You hear it start screeching the second Matthews or Gradius's axe really connects, but as soon as it starts screeching, it stops as one of the trees just falls over onto the ground.
Oh, I still
Excellent job,
succeed.
Skitari Alpha.
I got the number wrong. But I still succeed because due to my weapon, it gives me a +5 weapon skill, so I still succeed.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it falls to the ground, and you see, like, this red sap start spurting out of both the trunk and, like, the stump that's left behind.
Is it like am I
blood?
coated? Am I coated in the sap, or is it just was I able to
It's
cut
like
it in a way?
oozing all over your boots, and it's covering the blade of your axe.
Evelyn, is that blood?
It doesn't quite look like blood, but you could assume that it is the equivalent of blood for this tree.
It bleeds. How delightful.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
I think you just did.
Should I kill the other ones too?
Yes.
Okay. And I start basically deforesting this area, and I'm assuming the other Skitari catch on to the
There's
vibe.
only 3 of these trees, you chop down all 3 of them.
Alrighty.
And it should be noted that the second that the fruits don't shrivel, but the eyeballs on them do the second, like, the trees are cut down.
I feel like the reason why I was asking about the neurotoxin, because I thought it might have been like a puzzle where we have to be under the effects of the hallucinogen to communicate with these trees.
If you did stab the trees with them, it would have prevented them from screaming.
Oh.
So yes, you weren't entirely wrong. If you had gotten the, that's what the medicine or logic roll was for, is to basically understand that the guy was about to go into respiratory arrest when he started describing how his entire body was tingling.
Delightful.
Okay. So,
Matthews really likes to say delightful. I don't know why I'm in a delightful mood today.
Matthews is not in a delightful mood.
No, he's not.
He found screaming trees with many eyeballs.
Though he is actually in quite a good mood because he watched Urzen fall over and crumple on the floor. He's getting quite the kick out of that.
Everyone, please call it high or low.
He
I'm
wasn't
gonna
around
call-
when Arizona was in remote control.
I'm gonna
Low.
call it low.
Matthews doesn't have that remote control.
No. He
Okay.
doesn't. Clovis
Gradius.
does.
Yes.
As you're kind of looking up, you wipe the non-existent sweat from your brow because you're a Skitari. But, human protocols kick in for a second. You're kind of looking up from where you've kind of cleared the tree cover, and you see a burning, smoking object falling from the sky. It
Incoming!
crashes a good distance away.
Okay. Incoming that way.
That.
This unit was
real vessel.
This unit was concerned in case this thing developed some kind of codependency with a larger predator for mutual defense.
The screaming trees.
Well, seeing as I've been standing here for the past 20 minutes and nothing has come by, most likely not.
Yeah. Not yeah. Affirmative. Should we go investigate the crash site?
Yes.
Also, what was the bounty from this area with these eyeball trees before I murder them?
We want the fruit with the eyeballs
Yes.
on it for food.
Okay. So yeah, I'm saying this talking as a player right now. Let's go to the crash site.
Yeah. Let's go to the crash site. Matthews is gonna order his men,
To take the fruits back.
to take the fruits back.
Okay.
Is Urzen still on the ground?
Urzen has gotten up ever since you guys started cutting down the trees.
Okay, because I was going to basically lift him up with a mechadendrite if he wasn't, or if he was still on the ground.
Alrighty. Everyone, please go on the slides and go to slide 6 and put your tokens on the side of the map where that path is. Grab your tokens
That
and
means
stick
I
them
need
on
to
here.
grab my token.
Yeah.
Oh boy, there's people here.
Yeah.
On the side of the what? Oh, the path. Yes.
I think it's really funny how menacing Matthews looks in his normal gear. But he's just a whore, guys.
Will
Explain
is
that to the
someone is an
Xenos
anonymous
correctly.
Yin cat.
That's me.
I'm signed in.
It doesn't matter if you're signed in. You're. That's me. I see a Orokus and a raccoon.
I see a badger and a cat and a loon.
Strange.
Alrighty.
It might be
That-
different for all of us for some reason.
That means that Skid is an aurochs and Will is a badger.
No, I see the RX.
Oh. Then Skid, you're a raccoon.
No, I see the raccoon.
What the fuck? Then it was
I
the
don't-
Nyan cat.
I don't know. I don't see the young cat. So it might be me? Question mark?
Okay.
This is confusing.
Alrighty.
It's fine.
I made myself
Gradius is-
wider due to my strength now.
No, Gradius is not allowed to be chunky. Okay.
Aw.
Alright. So, you guys basically get over towards the crash site, and you see a bunch of really, like, beaten up looking guys. They're not looking great, to be honest. However, everyone please roll me Lore Imperium.
Lore Imperium?
Lore
Do
Imperium.
I'm pretty sure I should have Lore Imperium.
Common Lore Imperium.
Common Lore Imperium. I don't have Common Lore Imperium.
Do I?
Could I get Common
I have
Lore
a-
Imperium for next
I have
time?
Imperium Navy. Does that count?
Roll Imperium Navy plus 20. Or plus 30.
I don't think I get Imperium
wait,
Navy.
wait. Ba, ba,
Or
ba, ba.
Imperius.
Yes, Tam?
You said plus 30,
Yes, Navis Imperialis plus 30.
including my plus 10.
Yes, plus
I
40
have-
total.
Cronus Expanse,
So I have
Underworld,
to
and
beat a
Administratum.
95. I will happily do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not capable of getting that.
Would you like to spend a fate point, Tam?
Too. I won't
Are there
get
any
all cocky.
other common
there we
lores that
go.
we could perchance roll?
No.
Sir DM? Darn.
No.
You'd have to-
Tam, Urizin, you kind of see these guys come into view. They're all wearing a little beaten up but recognizable Navis Imperialis uniforms. These guys are from the Imperial Navy.
Good. Lovely. Back.
You see them kind of come into view, kind of come out of the foliage. They turn to you, and they're obviously on edge because a bunch of them point their guns on you. Then they recognize Gradius as an admech, and Matthias is just a guy. And you see...
Wearing a lot of Xenos dead things.
Yeah, wearing a lot of dead Xenos things. They kind of don't really realize Tam's character is there yet because he's canonically very quiet and sneaky.
Yay.
And you see their commander with a, nice-looking chainsword at his side. I am posting him in NPCs. Let me grab him real quick. I'm putting his name as question mark for now.
Ooh, old guy.
That's not actually his name. That's just the name of the reference of the guy.
I was about to
reference the guy
say,
he's from.
his
That's not his
name's
name.
kind of-
It's not his name. Not his name. Anyway, you see this guy kind of walk up to you. He's obviously the commanding officer, and he looks you up and down.
Balloon?
Yes.
Is his name by chance Commodore?
No, that's not his name. I just said that wasn't his name. That's just the name of the image. Okay, hold on. So you guys stop asking me this. I'm gonna save the WebP, and I'm gonna send it attached to this message. Because I don't want to hear it, alright? There. I'll put his name there.
I forgot the name of our dynasty.
The Smythe Dynasty.
Oh, the Smythe Dynasty, right?
You see him kind of he basically gives you a salute and the sign of the Aquila. Well met.
Matthews kind of like gives the sign of the Aquila back and he goes, "It's a pleasure."
Commander Gidoff Van Gray at your service. You?
Seneschal Matthews Vandergrim of House Smythe.
Ah, a rogue trader. Makes sense around these parts. You kind of see their ship. It was, Urzin, it was landed in a sense that not everyone died. But it's
Landed,
like-
technically.
It's, like, still smoking. It's
Yeah.
not operational.
Yeah.
This is probably the object you saw falling out of the sky.
Yeah. Do they know I exist yet, or am I still invisible?
You see a couple of the men and the Commander Van Gray kind of look at you, but the minute that Matthias says you're part of a rogue trader house, he just kind of slowly nods at you and turns back to Matthias.
As soon as they look at Urzin, Matthias kind of like steps forward to cover Urzin because that's his prey. Damn it.
They obviously have no hostile intent. They're aware of sanctioned Xenos.
I know, but still.
So, what brings you to the system? Long way out, even for a rogue trader house.
That is correct. We're here to gather materials, food mostly, water, for a continued long journey.
You see him kind of look back to their ruined shuttle. I'll be completely honest when I say that our entire ending up in the system was a terrible accident. We ran into a warp storm and were thrown... He kind of looks, basically at his data slate, probably pulling up a map of the Cronus Expanse. Given we were supposed to end up in Winterscale's realm, pretty much too far to count off course.
Ah, yes. That would be quite far. And
he kind of basically hands you a map with basically where you are now marked with an X and their destination with like a green circle. They're like across the Cronus Expanse from where they're supposed to be right now.
Ah, yes. You are quite far.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately. The second we came out of the warp, we were assaulted by Eldar. Our cruiser was brought down, and he kind of looks at the non-operational shuttle. I believe we're the only ones who remain of my entire crew.
I see. Quite the unfortunate turn of events. Matthews is thinking to himself, man, we saw those Eldar.
Yeah, you did see those Eldar.
He's just man, oops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Do you happen to have any way of SOSing for anyone else?
He kind of looks. You think we had time to get the Vox relay on the shuttle?
That is correct.
And even so, other than another house like yours or a rare explorator fleet, I think we both know no one comes out here.
That is correct, unfortunately. Method, I'm me, the player, is kind of thinking, man, do I trust the Navy?
Do you trust the Navy? Well, you
trust the Navy.
What's wrong with the Imperial Navy? They're just basically random guys. Urizen, with that success of yours, now that they're closer, they are from the Battlefleet Cronus. They're supposed to be in the Cronus Expanse. Their story lines up. They just are obviously not supposed to be here.
Navy's still scary because of all the times you've been told that the Navy are going to take him away.
The Inquisition was going to take you away, not the Navy.
Oh.
No.
They're not the same thing?
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
the Navy's fine then.
Yeah,
Clovis
the Navy
is
are
the
chill.
Inquisition.
Right.
Matthews is partially involved with the Inquisition. And he wants to hunt you down way more than Clovis does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake's
how close was their current destination to the place that we are trying to go to? Not at all, I'm assuming.
Literally the exact opposite direction. You're going further away from Furabundus and the Maw to get to the Imperium. They were supposed to be right by Furabundus and the Maw to get to the Imperium. They were blown, galaxies off course.
Jesus. Yeah, Matthews kind of goes, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately we are headed nowhere close to Furabundus.
Not like there's a ship for us to get to Furabundus in the first place. He kind of looks up to the sky. You can't see it, obviously. The atmosphere is blocking your view of space, just like you can't really see, your own ship hovering in orbit. But, you can tell that despite the fact that because the Navy has ironed and hardened the sky to not care, you can see a very faint glimmer of just despair and hopelessness in his eyes.
How urgent was your journey to Furabundus?
Not much at all, really. We were supposed to rendezvous with a couple of other ships to deal with an impending Xenos threat a couple of sectors over. Of course, he kind of looks back up. There's no ship to rendezvous with them left now.
I see. The most I can offer you is a... You can join us on our vessel for our short journey, and perchance we can bring you all the way back to Furabundus next time we go around that way.
He kind of shrugs. Better than being stuck here on this rock for God Emperor knows how long, if you're offering.
I would rather
We'll be
not
more than
leave
happy to
any
offer
of
your
the
services to aid your naval battle crew if you so wish.
Oh, that would be greatly appreciated. But yes, I would rather not leave anyone stranded on a strange planet, especially with so much Xenos crawling about. He says Xenos as if they're like the worst thing ever, but like in reality, he hasn't really come across that many on this fucking planet.
Speaking of which, everybody please roll me awareness as you're just kind of like talking.
Do I have good awareness? I do. Oh thank God. My awareness is shit, but that's okay.
Is that path or not? What is my awareness? Where's it?
I barely passed by
that
2 points
passes.
again. What the fuck?
That's a degree of success.
I succeed by 2. Oh hey, there's been some tokens added to the map.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely! Oh, how fun! How fun! So fun!
Alright, all of you who succeed, you see movement in the nearby bushes. Like, in your peripheral vision.
Matthews immediately like whips his head over and he kind of like raises a hand to what's this guy's fucking name? Get off. And he goes, "We might need to hold this conversation off a little bit."
He kind of turns. You see him also recognize the bushes are moving. I think you may be right.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You guys have found some Imperial... could you hear what was going on, or do I need to recap?
Yeah. Go ahead, give me a TLDR.
You guys found, basically, the 10 or so guys that remain from the Imperial Navy vessel that got blown up by the Eldar in that space battle. And Matthias basically said, you can come along with us if you want, so you're not stranded here. And there is now something watching you from the bushes.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, we can help with your navy." And Matthew was like, "Oh shit, bet!" And now there's some form of something looking at us from the bushes.
I'm just gonna move them out. So as you guys basically talk about, we're gonna need to hold this conversation. You see 4 hairless, blue, vaguely dog-like things jump out of the bush. They're growling, they're snarling, and you see them licking their chops. I'm going to put these in enemies.
Oh. Horrible.
Gradius takes an aggressive posture.
Alright, let me also make a 1 meter line.
Unit Seneschal, your orders.
Before I give out any orders, Elin, do I recognize these Xenos at all?
No, you've never seen this species. That's not it, hold on. I'm trying to find my grid.
Matthias draws his... What fucking guns do I got? Which gun is more fun for me to use today?
That's not it, that's Zalatath. Hold on, let me just grab it from the Curse of Strahd slides.
Matthias whips out his bolt gun and he goes, "Prepare... prepare to kill them, to put it lightly."
Understood.
Hold on, let me fix the fact that this grid is A, ugly, and B, okay. Please put your characters on the nearest grid space from where they are to where they are currently. I will also do that with both the Xenos and,
I'm gonna say that he was probably standing here this whole time.
Yeah, he'd probably be closer.
Jesus. Matthias would probably be about there. Because he's been talking to the guy. Right there.
To the guy who's having a very bad day.
The guy who's having a very bad day, and Matthias is trying to lighten the load of him having a bad day, because Matthias has also been having a really fucking shit day.
Alrighty,
Not as
everybody,
shit as that guy, though.
please roll for initiative.
Huzzah. I have paranoia. So I have a +6.
Actually, let me see how many things I can add to my...
11.
How much does paranoia add again?
2.
2. 16.
You forgot your initiative is hyperjacked.
Yeah.
Yep. I am the Cooper in this campaign.
They rolled a 12, the dogs. That's the dogs.
Grice is going to keep it to himself, the fact that we could have could have tried to take out those Eldar. The fact that we let them pass essentially is what led to these guys getting blown out the sky.
I don't want to deal with Eldar. That sounds annoying. And also exactly what Elune wants us to do.
Dude, I just told you there were ships there. I completely left up to you what happened. That's why I said you may or may not be fighting things. So if these guys hadn't gotten blown out of the sky, you wouldn't be fighting things on this planet.
That's okay. I prefer not ship combat compared to ship combat.
Fair. Alright.
Ship combat in this game's also kind of really boring.
Let me, like, grab the stats of the dog. I have the dog stats. I need to grab the guy stats.
The men stats.
Yeah. Guys.
Guys.
Navy guys. Here they are. It's my bookmark. Okay, the tassel that comes in this book. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Alrighty, I have the guys. They have an agility of 35.
Oh.
Keep in mind, these are just random guys. You know, this music is too intense. I'm gonna change it in a second. The random Navy guys apparently also rolled a 12, but the dogs still go before them. Let me find less intense music. Because this is definitely too intense. We will go with this one. This one is definitely less intense, because I know this song very well. If you don't know what this game is, it's a good game. Trust. Oh, this music's also quiet, so we're gonna turn it up slightly. Alrighty. Is everything in the initiative order? No, hold on, let me do that.
Ba-ba-bum.
There we go. Alrighty, I'm gonna pin that. Alrighty, Urizen, you're up first.
Tam,
Yes.
your turn.
What? Yes, I know.
Oh, we're just gonna keep it hanging off the map.
I rolled.
For what?
Shooting.
Okay, but what are you shooting? I will color the dogs different colors.
I'm
but
shooting a hand cannon.
Well, yes, but which dog are you shooting with your hand cannon?
Orange.
Orange? Okay, these dogs all have the same stats. Please roll your damage.
7.
7. Okay. What's the pen on your hand cannon?
2.
2. Okay.
2.
You basically shoot this dog straight through the leg, and you hear it go... Okay, it won't let me make dog noises into my mic. You hear it basically let out a whimper, but then it, like, growls and makes this horrible barking sound at you. You made it mad, but it's not dead.
Cool, can I do that again?
Sure.
That also succeeds.
Okay, please roll damage again. I'm expecting you all to keep track of your extra dice if you have them. Straight through the skull. That one is dead.
I'm
Lovely.
keeping track of my extra dice.
What do you mean by extra dice?
For your every 2 degrees of success, you get extra dice.
I do?
Yes, but it's dead anyway.
Okay.
That is both of your shots. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alrighty, next up are the dogs.
Damn, dogs.
They all are gonna take the charge action.
Oh.
That's a yike too, because they get a +10 to their weapon skill in that charge.
Hey, they should
Yeah.
leave Matthias alone. He's kind of squishy.
Tam, odd or even?
Even?
They are attacking you, the red dog. Allow me to grab their stats. Yes, they are very large boys. First of all, these are very strong, chonky boys. As it gets closer, you notice that it opens up about 10 extra sets of eyes. Urizen, please make me a willpower test.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yay, I'm not very good at that.
These things have the Fear 1 trait.
I'm immune to fear. I am
You're immune to fear. Then you do not need to, however, the Navy officer does.
Good
I
thing
have
I'm not looking at
resistance
that
fear.
one. I am looking at the pink one.
Natural 6.
Goddamn.
Gradius, please make me a fear test, or a willpower test.
Sure. 37. Okay. I'm going to spend a fate point.
Alrighty, you have one left.
That succeeds.
You are not afraid. I also need to make one for the jobber that's being attacked by the pink dog. He also succeeds. Okay. Alrighty, we're gonna do the attack on Gradius first. Has a weapon skill of that. It hits with 2 degrees of success.
Okay.
Would you like to parry?
I would like to attempt to parry, yes.
You need 2 degrees of success or more in order to parry.
Let's see. That is a I fail, but with with no degrees of failure.
Okay, you do not parry, it is going to hit you.
Okay.
What is your armor and toughness bonus?
My armor bonus, thank God it's power armor. It is 8 all around the body, and my toughness bonus is a 5.
It chomps. Surprisingly, you basically see some sparks fly out as it gets through the power armor on one of your arms. However, with all of your implants and metal plating, you shrug it off.
Okay, cool.
It hits you but does no damage because of all your bonuses.
Cool.
The pink one is going to attack that Navy jobber there. Oh my god, these things are actually rolling pretty good. I mean, they have a decent chance to hit, but it hits with it hits with 1 point to spare before it fails. It rolled, 1 below what it needed, okay? That guy does not have a sword, he has a pistol, he is going to attempt to dodge. He fails miserably with a 91. That jobber is about to get chomped. Okay, so this pink dog run towards him, mouth outstretched. You see all of its eyes open as it basically latches onto his head, yanks him to the ground, and shakes his head, and you see his head go flying off in a splur of blood. This random jobber is dead.
Oof.
Oh.
And lastly, the one that is trying to attack Urizen. It hits with 1 degree of success.
He's not that delectable, we swear.
Tam, would you like to attempt to dodge?
Tam had the BRB.
Oh. Yes, please. Okay, roll me a dodge test. If you get 1 degree of success or more, you will dodge. Tam is typing. I'm looking at your sheet. Yes, we will put that on hold. Let's see. Next are the Navy guys. They each have pistols. We're just gonna have them each do 1 attack to make this easier. 2 are going to shoot at green. 2 are going to shoot at red. This guy's a pilot, he doesn't have a weapon. And 2 are going to shoot at pink. They're all in short range, so they get a plus 10. Their ballistic skill is kind of shit. 1 misses. 2 misses. None of them hit green. 1 miss on pink. Hey, one of them hits pink dog. They're avenging their fallen comrades. This is the tearing property, which is good because my first roll was a 1. Second roll is a 5. Plus... plus 4, pen 0. Okay, so 8 damage. You see him basically shoot this dog. It kind of glances at its thigh. It yelps. It is still standing. And then 2 are shooting red. The captain has a sword, so he's going in a separate roll. They both miss red, and now it is the captain's turn. He has a chainsword, as shown in his portrait, and he is going to try and slash this guy. That is a 11. Good job, good old Commander Van Gray. I'm so proud of you.
Who knew people with the Navy were competent?
Yeah, the dog cannot parry that. It fails its parry test. 8 plus... 3 plus his strength bonus is 3, so... Oh god, 14 damage with a pen that gets through all of his armor, which means that minus toughness bonus. Red is looking very wounded, as he basically almost cleaves off one of this dog's legs.
Goddamn.
Ooh.
Good job, good old Navy Commander Gray. Next up, I believe, is Matthias.
Me. So there's the pink one, right? That thing's not engaged in any combat currently.
No, it is not engaged in any melee, and it's wounded because one of the Navy soldiers has shot it.
Fantastic. Can I just can I do a funny? Can I just semi-auto it for funsies?
With what?
A bolt gun.
Yes, you are in short range, plus 10 for semi-auto. Make me a ballistic skill test plus 20. 2 degrees of success means an extra shot up to your firing limit.
Okay, are you including the plus 10 from semi-auto in that as well? Or...
Yes, plus 20 in total.
Okay, plus 20 in total? Okay. Matthias.
That is thankfully not a 97 or above, or your gun would jam.
I'm spending a fate point.
That's your last one.
I'm aware. That's a 4.
You hit all of your shots.
Okay.
Probably. What's the semi-auto rate on a bolt gun?
2.
You hit 2 shots. Please roll me 2 shots. So roll me 40-10 plus 2 times the bonus. And we're going to take the 2 highest numbers.
Okay.
Because it has tearing.
Oh my god.
Say no more. That is 28 damage, even with its toughness bonus has already been expended. Yeah, you shoot 2 rounds. One goes straight through its chest and into its body, and the other basically blows. It goes to, like, bare its fangs at you. You shoot straight down its throat, and it comes out the other side of its neck. That one is dead.
Matthews kind of maniacally laughs. I can't. My mic won't pick it up, because I did it. He maniacally laughs. He's having a great... as any... insane person would do when he gets to kill something that he likes killing. He maniacally laughs, and that's the end of my turn.
Gradius, you're up. You have an angry green dog in front of you. It's blue,
I want
but you know,
these Navy guys
dog.
to know that Matthews is a little insane, but he can kill shit real good, so that's what matters.
Alrighty, I will...
I don't think a sane person would put Xenos on their body, but
so, say, I will swing.
You will swing! Alright, roll to swing!
Plus 5, 57. I rolled a 54, so I hit.
It is going to attempt to parry.
Okay.
It succeeds, it parries. You basically go to smack it with your Omniscient axe, and you see it basically chomp your axe and, throw it back the other direction. You get a second swing, though.
Yep. That hits.
It has no parry, roll damage.
I do 16 points of damage.
What's the penetration on that?
The pen is 7.
So, would you believe me if I told you? You just cut this thing's body in half, lengthwise? It's now 2 halves of one dog, split down its spine.
Ooh, I can make a coat out of this later.
That one is dead.
Yeah. So I will look around. Is there any more that's still alive?
Yes, there's one red dog by Urzin. However, you cannot move this turn. You've just used both your attacks.
Got it. That is my turn.
Alrighty, Urzin, you're up.
Yes.
You have a dog that just, by the way, we're gonna get to that dodge test. Please roll me a dodge test to dodge the dog that tried to bite the shit out of you.
Not a D1000, thank you.
Yeah, no, please.
That's
No
a dog
D1000s in this
ability,
house.
so 80. That succeeds.
With 1 degree of success?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you dodge. It goes to chomp you, and you basically, like, do, like, a quick jump backwards. It snaps its jaws onto thin air. It is now your turn.
Cool. I would like to actually, I would like to slash a bitch.
Oh, right, you have a sword. Yeah, roll to slash a
do.
bitch.
I do have a sword.
This one has already attempted to parry, too, so, Oh!
That succeeds.
Yeah, roll damage, please. What is the penetration on your sword?
5.
Okay. Yeah?
10.
You have decapitated that dog. There are no
Cool.
dogs left.
Cool.
You
Yay!
kind of see the Navy officer, like, basically turn off his chainsword, slap it back in the sheath, and kind of clear his throat. He gives all of you, like, basically a respectful nod, turns back to Matthias. So where were we?
Ah, yes. Letting you on aboard our vessel. That's where we were.
Right. He kind of looks over. I think that first things first, we should give our comrade there a proper burial. But we'll join you in a few minutes if that's quite alright.
Yes, that is quite alright. Take your time.
Alright. You guys stick around for, you basically you're admiring the scenery. It's a nice lake that they crashed by. Nice clear waters, nice moss, foliage, good banks. You think, wow, we could probably go swimming in here if we didn't, if we weren't unaware of what wildlife may be in here. For all we know, this could be swarming with Xenos piranhas, and that would be bad. However, they effectively, they dig a nice grave, basically right by their completely dead shuttle. They bury their comrade, hold a, quick service, and thank the Emperor for basically having you guys show up.
Sick.
They come back towards you. He gives you, a sign of the Aquila. Leon, sir.
Right. Matthias will give the sign of the Aquila back. I don't know. I guess that's like that's like the equivalent of like a salute, right?
It's basically a salute, yes.
Yeah, Matthias will do it back, and he's gonna like turn around, but he to start going back, and then he turns back around again. And he goes, "Make sure you have everything from your vessel that you need, if you manage to bring anything aboard."
Basically nothing but our weapons and ourselves, unfortunately.
I see.
We didn't expect them to take down our ship so quickly, if at all.
I see.
He kind of, looks back up towards the sky. There were only 3 on our augurs at first. Then there were just more and more until it was like an entire swarm of flies. Poor ship didn't stand a damn chance.
3 ships. Full?
At
ship?
least. Corsair vessels. They're not that large,
I see.
but they're slippery little things.
Interesting that there's so many out this far.
He kinda, nods. I was thinking the same thing. Half wondering if there's a craft world in the area. Or one that may be coming here for some reason soon. Either way, not as if I could go looking.
I'll have to take a note of that for my Lord Captain.
Maybe smart?
Yes. Anyway, to our ship. It is this way. Or our camp, at the very least.
Alright.
Rex is going to lean to Urza. He's going to go. It seems the Navy have a very particular tone when talking to one another.
I've noticed.
Matthias has never been involved with the Navy.
And currently, the Navy doesn't want to piss you guys off because they don't really want to be stuck on this planet for all of eternity.
Matthias was a freelance Xenos hunter that worked sometimes with the Inquisition.
Oh,
That's like
my
it.
bad. My bad.
Yeah.
Both seneschals are associated with the Navy, so...
No, Matthews is associated loosely with the Inquisition.
Ark was with the Navy, yes. He was part of the Administratum in the Navy.
Ark was, yeah.
Yeah.
Matthews was not. He was a freelancer, pretty much. He killed shit when he wanted to, or when the Inquisition asked. That was his whole shtick. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the Navy guys back, with the party, of course, to our camp.
Woohoo!
Wahoo!
Alrighty. You all eventually, you find your way back to the camp with, let's see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 guys. 6, Navy foot soldiers. Very, you actually can tell from his emblems now that you're able to get a good look at him as you're traveling. Both Gradius and Urizen, you both have some knowledge of the Navy. A fairly well, bannered officer. He has quite a few, pendants, quite a few marks of service. Surprising, no one, given he's in Battlefleet Coronis, but also somewhat surprising given his ship was actually taken down. And one, you can tell, basically emergency pilot in tow.
Okay.
You make it back to your camp, I'm not going to copy them over. And you basically, the second you get back, you see the Voxmaster basically run towards you. Sir, the bridge told me to tell you that there was an unidentified object flying towards the planet's surface. He kind of looks at the Navy officers, the Navy soldiers behind you. Ah.
Yes, we found the vessel.
Right. He kind of looks towards the Navy soldiers, back to you, Matthias. I don't believe I need to tell you that the Imperium ship was torn apart.
Yes, I'm well aware. Thank you for information.
He kind of gives you a bow and very sheepishly walks off.
Right. Well, Matthias turns around to the Navy men and he goes, "Well, we were here once again to restock our food supplies, so please relax, maybe a little, while we continue to do so until we head back up to our vessel."
Sure, we will.
If you feel like helping out, that is also greatly appreciated.
He kind of shrugs. May as well. You're doing us a great favor, taking us off this rock. The least we can do is try and repay you in any way we can for passage, however long it may take.
I appreciate that.
I'll make sure to put in a good word for your house with my commanding officer if I can meet up with him again.
Ah, I appreciate that.
They basically go to talk with Loka, who wants to basically add them to the ship's manifest. Things begin, move along smoothly from this point on. After a while, you all have gathered all the food you need, multiple shuttles worth, basically up and down from the ship. Urizen, you're basically... The new pilot has never really flown the exact kind of lander you have. However, you basically show him the ropes, and you guys have added a nice new pilot to your retinue. Not to your, Clovis's personal retinue, but to your ship's catalog. You guys get some more meat, some more fruits. No more anomalies or attacks really happen other than, a couple of Xenos... a couple of other Apex Xenos predators are spotted, like the dogs you guys dispatched, but they don't give your men much trouble. You accumulate all the trophies you need, and after about a week on the planet's surface, you think that you've probably gotten enough for the rest of your journey. At least, enough to be comfortable that you can find some other place to restock before then. Before you run out.
Yippee!
Food.
Food.
I distinctly remember in a previous session, Alun says, "You fuckers are not gonna roleplay hunting for food."
We did.
But
I did say that, but then we had a crack session.
We had a crack session. Tee.
Matthias, you did in fact, one of the, groups who ran into one of the Xenobeasts, the predators, the dogs, they did take its head back for you to, get the skull to mount on your wall.
Fuck yeah! Matthews doesn't say that. He thinks it.
Let me add... I have a name for these things. Hold on. Alrighty. It is now in your cargo hold. I'll use the Roman numeral. These are called Barrett 5 pack beasts, is what your resident explorators have named them. A newly discovered species by your retinue and your house.
Oh, this is delightful. I'm going to have to brag about this to my my friends. Friends being his parent, singular. He won't say
Matthews
that,
doesn't
though.
have friends.
Matthews doesn't have friends. They all died.
Yeah, Matthews, you basically get a polished skull delivered to you.
Oh, this is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, boy. This is going directly on my desk. Matthews is a very happy guy.
Gradius, you have spent your time deforesting more eyeball trees. You've gotten quite good at it, slaughtering them. Your axe is, by the time you're done with a day's work, your axe is basically coated in bloody sap.
Excellent.
Yes?
I've turned off the AC and opened up windows, and I'm going to be in the bed here in a couple minutes if you want to say goodnight to Artemis.
Yeah, sure. Alright, guys. Couple minute break. I need to say goodnight to the dog.
Fair.
I'm molding.
Why are you molding?
I made a really good, I had 2 really good books that I wanted to put on my sword, and then I misclicked and combined them, and now it's too expensive to use, and I'm molding.
Oh.
Just to experiment, I put them in the anvil to see how much it would cost to combine them, and then clicked the wrong button.
Delightful.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Matthias leading literally anything is the funniest thing ever to me at this point. It's just like, there's a reason why Clovis is the rogue trader and not Matthias. And Matthias is happy he's not the rogue trader. If he was told he was the rogue trader, he'd be like, no. No. He'd be like, no, Loco, you're the rogue trader. And Loco would be like, what? No. Master would be like, bye, I'm going back to my parents' house. See ya. Get me out of here. He would rather not be the rogue trader.
I'm noticing a theme with the rogue traders.
You're noticing a theme with the rogue traders?
They're not rogue traders, seneschals. They don't like being in charge.
Yeah. I mean, Matthias doesn't hate being in charge. He's just so insane now that him being in charge is literally just a detriment to everyone else around him. He used to be in charge, and now he knows better than to not be in charge because he knows that he's too insane to be good at it. He's aware. He's self-aware enough to know that. That Clovis is definitely a better leader than he is.
Right.
Like, I don't know, he can do it. He's currently doing it right now. He just doesn't wanna.
Okay, I return.
Welcome
Hi.
back.
Lastly, we discussed what Gradius was doing. Urizen,
Yes.
you managed to, using your survival skills, basically figure out that it looked like a lot of those Xenos turkeys were in their migratory season.
Uh-huh.
many flocks were basically flying over your camp, and you were able to set up basically encampments to efficiently hunt the flying Xenos creatures. You've gotten
Turkey
many a
snipers
good
and stuff?
turkey meat cut.
Did we set up turkey snipers?
Yes.
Lovely.
About a week goes by, you finish gathering your provisions. You know, you have a nice vacation away from the void ship. Matthias, the mosquitoes don't stop bothering you. They seem to like you specifically.
I fucking hate them.
They really don't like Urizen.
A
Or
crime.
Gradius, because Gradius is
crime.
mostly metal.
This is a crime.
Um,
I will murder you.
No, you won't. You need me.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
We have a new guy now. This is out
That
of character.
guy doesn't know our ship.
I don't care. Don't care. Bolt gun.
eventually, you all basically, the encampment is packed up with your stores full. You make your way back up to the void ship, and you are left to just kind of ponder. What might have happened had you not let that Eldari ship escape from your augur senses? The world may never know. But for now, it's time to retreat back into the Immaterium and to continue your journey towards the Rifts of Hecaton, to potentially uncover who or what was in league with good old Captain Admiral Terragast. Until next time on Rogue Trader. Dun dun dun! Alright, we're ending the session here. That's all I had planned for you guys to do.
Huzzah!
I hope you guys had fun doing random shit.
Random shit is very fun.
We love a good random shit. Or three.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We love it when Matthias goes slowly more insane as sessions go on.
This is technically before he pissed his pants.
Matthias got more insane after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He acts so normal around specifically Clovis, but as soon as Clovis is out of the picture, he's maniacally laughing when he kills Xenos. He's just actually straight up telling to Urizen, yeah, I don't like you.
He's gathered that.
He's gathered that for sure. It's very funny.
Oh, how much XP do we get from that?
I'm going to put that in the XP tracker.
Oh shit, I have to put that on my sheet. Time to open that back up. Oh. Fuck. I don't know if the caffeine did anything, guys. I didn't have enough to match the amount that's in a full cup of coffee. I had enough that it's like the amount that's usually in like a soda. Maybe because the usual dose is 2 gummies. I only had 1 gummy. Maybe I should have 2 gummies next time. I will not test this for my Monday classes. That is a lie.
Sorry, finish your thought first.
No, that's the end of my thought.
Oh, the reason why I had Gradius act more robotic is because he had his personality modified due to the conversation he had with his Explorator associate.
Yes.
Oh.
So
The AI.
yeah, his emotions were a lot more sprawled down.
Because this was, in fact, right after the whole mutiny AI revelation bullshit.
Yes, it was. Ooh, 650. Okay. So it's 550. Okay, so 600 XP left over. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Once
I
I get
hope
all
you all had
my
fun.
talents at a good
Yes.
place, I can't wait to fuck shit up. I'm just lovingly staring at my 80 strength.
I'm looking at all of my stats and realizing I need to raise literally all of them. They're all low 30s except for like 3 of them.
You got cooked even worse than Arco, my lord.
Dude, Ron's stats were so good. I was so upset when I rolled up with fucking Matthews' stats, because I'm looking at him just like, bruh. Well, I had Ron's sheet up the other day, because I was showing it. Did I lie?
Oh
did.
yeah.
There it
Say
is.
bye recording, everybody.
Bye recording.
Bye recording.